Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we're going to go ahead and stain or treat the trailer. And I'm not going to worry about sanding anything. It's a garden trailer. I want all the meat I can have on it. I don't want to be sanding any stuff off of it, and I'm just not going to spend a lot of time on this wood. So it looks good. I don't care if it's rough looking. It don't matter to me. Stability and looks is two different things. I want both. Stability, and I want it to look rustic and old. So we're going to use motor oil, and we're just going to treat it. And I did make rails to put on here. They're in there drying right now. I painted them black, and I'm going to do this oil just the way it is. I'm not going to take anything off of it. What doesn't get got, it ain't no big deal. If I get oil on anything else, no big deal. It'll wipe right off. So if anything else, it would help around the screws, if I get any around the screws or whatever. So I'll show you what I did, and then we'll get started. We went and cut these at a 45, and that is basically to let the water run off of it. Instead of laying there cooling, we want it to run off. So not only that, it also puts this underneath the L channel that I showed in the last video that I was going to use, that I painted. So we got a little bit of sap right here. It's nasty sap, but that's alright. Don't make no, never mind to me. And we've done that all the way around. So we'll go ahead and get started on treating it. And there we have a treated Bison built trailer. This is the way I chose to do it. This way they're separate. So each one of these pieces can be lifted out of its pocket with no problem. The front has to come out first because it's overlapping this part right here. So the front would always have to come off first and go on last. So you pull the front one, then you pull the sides. And yes, I'm going to change them screws. I'm going to put different screws in all those. Just haven't made it to the hardware store yet. But that's how I have chosen to treat the boards on this trailer. For one thing, motor oil or any kind of oil is a lubricant and a water repellent. So naturally, if you put it in the wood, it's going to repel oil. At least that's my way of thinking. Now, this here, I ain't even going to wipe it. I'm not going to wipe the excess off because I want the excess to soak through and get deeper into the wood. And I may do a second coat, I don't know. Just depends on how it dries. We'll find out. And I think it looks pretty good, man. These things here, it just so happened that those holes were right there. Now I don't know if they're too close to the edge of this. I don't know yet. I may have to put a piece on here and cut that hole out a little wider and put the hole up here a little bit closer out. I want to use these from a pin for when the tailgate comes up and goes in it, then we can put a pin in it. And that same, it'll be a hook pin like the old 66 Fords with a chain, and we'll have a hook in there, and then when the tailgate's down, it'll also hook it to keep it from going, it'll keep it square or level. So that's the plan. I just got to make the tailgate. I plan on using 3/4 inch round tubing, the same solid steel pipe, which is this stuff right here. I got a whole bunch of it. When I first moved here, a friend of mine brought me all that, and I plan to use that and this square stuff that came off of a ladder rack. I'm going to use that for the frame except for the bottom. The very bottom is going to be the round part. So the frame, the bottom, and this refrigerator side is pretty thick, and if I make my frame good enough with plenty of braces in it, then I can use that to put on the inside for a coating. And yes, on the tailgate we're going to put something on it, maybe tread aluminum with I don't know, we'll do something. I haven't decided yet. So there you have the rails. These are the 45 side panels, and they're pretty tough. Now once the tailgate's on there and it's hooked, that ain't going to do that. This part here is what I'm going to mount the hinge to. You know, the hinge that's going to go on the bottom, and they'll be bolted on somehow. And it's going to be pretty badass. I can't wait to actually pull it around and test it out. That's going to be a video all of its own. The tractor and the trailer both tested out together. We'll give you a walk around, and that will end it.